We got a bunch of crap, and I'm gonna talk about all my bullshit. This is probably the notebook that I use the most. It's a Leuchtturm something or other. Pilot friction, total meaninglessness, no hard places with Sisyphus. We got a picture of my cat. And then this one is basically like calendar, which is a little bit out of date. I'll put like bills, paydays, all that kind of stuff. Some random lists, like for example, here's a list of pens and inks that I would like to own at one point. The main thing I use it for, I have a little bit of a habit tracker, tracking bottles of water, brush teeth, all that good stuff. And then a spending tracker as well. Use this one a lot. I've been in this notebook since April of this year, and I've used hardly any of it, so that's pretty cool. This one I don't use very often. It's a little notebook case that I got on Amazon. It's got staff paper. I'll like write down ideas and stuff that I have for music every now and then in there. That one's pretty fun. I got a Pilot Precive V5 in the case with it. I don't use this very often. This paper kind of sucks. It bleeds through quite a bit. So I've been using a Uniball light touch in there recently. We have a Monteverde MVP inked up with Private Reserve Infinity Blue with just a ton of that in the cap. Still writes. I need to clean that. This one, it's a notebook with a sticker I made on it for words and lists. That's kind of fun. Just lists of things that I like or words that I find when I'm reading. Don't use that one very often. I am bad at making time for reading. All right, here's one. This one, I was originally using it for like swatching some inks. But then I recently started, this was a few months ago now, but I like to do sometimes little like abstract art thingies. This one was fun. I took a fountain pen and a Pilot Precive V5, did a whole bunch of scribbles and took a Q-tip and put water down it. It turned out really cool. Another one, this was a bunch of fountain pen scribbles. That's all I've done in there so far. I do like doing kind of scribble drawings like that though. I've got some like kind of postcards that I have drawn on. I want to write like a little message on here and snail mail it to somebody, but I have yet to get around to it. Galen leather A5 Folio. Another Pilot Precive V5. This actually was used to decorate. This is a Midori MD Notebook. This is like my brain dump journal. I'm not in here super often, but I try to just kind of get all the thoughts out of my brain. This one was another blue fountain pen. I can't remember which one, but I think it was one of my Jinhao 82s, I think. It's like this, but with an extra fine nib on it. And the Pilot Precive V5. So this is all hand-drawn that I did. It took a few hours. It was pretty cool. But yeah, just kind of brain dumping in there. This is a letter that my partner wrote to me that I carry with me because it makes me feel happy. I can't remember if I ordered this off Amazon or Walmart. But I love the idea. I don't know if it's a commonplace book or whatever, but the one that has a compilation of just quotes that you like. So in here, anytime I hear my friends say something that I just think is hilarious, I will write it down in this little notebook. This is one I've been really enjoying lately. It's my listening log. Got my Uniball light touch, zebra mild liner, listening log. At first it was pretty minimal. I would print out a little sticker of the album and just write some thoughts about it and just kind of have the black and blue headings, whatever. More recently, I've started doing a little bit more decorating with it. I'll like put some blue around it and make little boxes for what I'm writing my thoughts in. Nothing crazy complex, just two colors, but I've been really enjoying the, kind of decorating it a little bit more. I made the elastic. It's two hair ties that I clipped and square knotted together to hold this together, so that's been fun. I think this one, I've wanted to try field notes, but I didn't want to spend $15 on 3 tiny ass notebooks, so I got some cheap ones. Not a fan of the paper in here. It feels fine, bleeds really bad. This one has video ideas in it. This one, handwriting and brain rot. Sometimes what I like to do when I'm writing with my fountain pens is just turn on a video, and then I'll write whatever stream of consciousness comes to mind, or if I think things are funny in the video. I bought a little embossing labeler. I thought that was funny. I love the crazy person letter aesthetic, like the Riddler, I guess. And in this one, I just I'll practice handwriting. I'll sometimes do currently inked. I'll write dumb stuff down. Or if I'm really mad, I'll do that. This is when I ground those nibs. This is where I was doing all of the testing. Speaking of those, something's wrong with this one, and I don't know. I'm going to clean it and see if I can get to the bottom of what's pissing me off. I also recently, so I'm left-handed. Occasionally, I like to try to practice writing with my right hand. So that's that one. Handwriting, brain rot. This one, really awesome, super cool lists of stuff to do. That's also fun. This is just things that, like, what do I want? How do I want to feel certain things? And then I also have lists of activities and board games for me and my family to do. Haven't really done much in here, too much, but, you know, loads of space for that. I'm excited for. We got the monthly recap. This one is just to go over, like, spending and whatnot. Nothing too crazy in there, but I have a spending problem sometimes. And so since about June of last year, I try really hard to track my spending and everything like that and see where it goes. And I do really into budgeting these days, so that's been fun. This one is a music journal. One thing for any of the other musicians, if you've ever had a teacher, they always tell you, have a journal, write down what you practice in it with the day so you know what to work on the next day, and you can set goals and track your progress and things. So this one, decorated it, wanted to be silly, music journal, but I also printed out some pictures of musicians who really inspire me, just so, you know. We got Frank Zappa, Cannonball Adderley, Brian Murray, if you ever watched Balto exclamation point, or Brian and the Haggards, killer stuff. Ornette Coleman, John Coltrane, Ron Miles, rest in peace, super sweet man. I met him only briefly a couple times when I was in college, but killer musician, amazing, and just a gentle soul. Patrick Bartley, holy shit. We got Clowncore, John Zorn, a bit problematic at times, very opinionated, but I do enjoy his music. Dizzy Gillespie, can't go wrong, Alan Holdsworth, and Bill Frisell. These two have some amazing music together. And this one, like I said, I'll just write down what I practiced, you know, what I liked, what I didn't like, and then some thoughts about my session, and then maybe what to work on for the next time. Haven't been in here in a minute. Life's been crazy this summer. But this was a fun way for me to try to combine two of my hobbies. I got this case recently. I'm really happy. I think it's an Asvine case. Holds 10 pens. So what we got currently inked up, we've got Jinhao 9019 with a fine nib. I believe this is the heartbeat nib. Yes, if I could get it to focus. That one's pretty cool. Yellow pen. Private Reserve Infinity Brown in here. Esterbrook Estie, Back to the Land. This one has Noodler's Gruene Cactus Seal. Pilot Vanishing Point. Got a cartridge of Pilot Sepia in it. Admok M800. Very, very impressed with the quality of this pen for the price. Super cheap, piston filler, kind of like a Pelican. Very nice. Hongdian black in there. This one is a Asvine P20. Super cool. Again, highly impressed with the quality for the price. Super cheap. This one's inked up with Hongdian Teal. On the other side, I've got a Jinhao Shark. This one's got Waterman Mysterious Blue in it. Kind of pleasantly surprised with this. These are very, very cheap pens. I got a 12-pack of them for 20 bucks. Because just to experiment with the nibs. This one was just to see how it writes, and then this one I ground into kind of an Italic nib. This one's still going strong and working really good. I don't know what's going on with my All-Star. We got a Jinhao 82, extra fine. This is the one that I use to decorate my brain dump journal. Uniball Light Touch, and a Pilot Precive V5 retractable. And these ones go in my bag with me every single day. I also have some pens inked up on my thing here. We have 2 that I ground. Back to the drawing board with this one. This one's still pretty good. I'm considering seeing if it's possible for me to shave the feedback on it and see if maybe that might solve some issues. But overall, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised with how this grind turned out. I need to clean this one, see if I can diagnose it a little bit further. This is another one I ground. It's strange. It's kind of like the problem child. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. But it'll get those like thin lines instead of thick like it's supposed to. So I don't know if it's a flow issue or what, but I do love these colors. It reminds me of a candy apple sucker. What else do I got? I got TWSBI Go, inked up with Diamine Writer's Blood. This one's cool, but it flows really weird. Sometimes I wonder if it's got baby's bottom, because it'll hard start certain directions, but then it'll be like totally fine on the ink flow. So I've thought about making a video where I fuck with this and see if I destroy it or not. We'll see. And then I got a Jinhao 82 with a Fude nib on it. It's got Colorverse Grand Prism in it. And I wanted so bad to like this ink. And I just hate it. It's not saturated enough. And if you get a pen where you like write normally with it, it's so light you can't see it. So I forgot. I have one more. Pilot Metropolitan. Just a fine nib on it. I use this one in my spending log. I'll write down bills on certain dates, and when a bill comes out, I will check mark it off. It's got Pilot Red in it. I hated this pen for a long time. I regretted buying it, and I was like, wow, this sucks. $20, and I should have just used my Lamy Safari. And then I looked at the nib under a loop and saw that the tines were misaligned, and I realigned the times, and I love this pen so much more. I don't know about anybody else, though. It seems like these kind of have a bit of a dry out problem. Like you can't leave it capped for very long without it drying out. Other than that, love this pen. Love the design, love the weight. It feels sturdy, but it doesn't have like so much weight that it like hurts your hand, you know? That was what attracted me to fountain pens to begin with, was I used to hate handwriting because it would make my hands hurt. And when I started writing with fountain pens, it's like, oh, it's so light and weightless, and now I love handwriting again, so. Good stuff. But yeah, that's all my stuff.